Dude, what's up, Ian?
I'm good. I'm great. How are you?
So the reason why we're having this call is because I heard that Ian had this free CSS library that he had kind of created, and I'm like, oh, dude, well, more people need to know about this because so many people have kind of they want to make their high level look nice and presentable and stuff. They want to make it look like more than just high level, but the fact that they don't really have the coding skills, the coding background kind of holds them back. And then in order to customize anything, it's like, a little 197 charge here, 297 charge here, right? To get
That's right.
things to
That's
look
right.
the way that they want to look. And so when I
Mhm.
had heard about the CSS library that you had kind of created, I wanted to definitely share with everybody so that more people could kind of benefit from this type of open source project that you've been working on. So with that being said, I just wanted to ask you to introduce yourself. What do you do, Ian?
Well, thank you. So, my name is Ian, and I'm not really a programmer. I have a degree in space sciences, and
Really?
oh yeah, so it's ironic, but
Are
since
are you
COVID,
like a are you a physicist?
yes, I am. So I have a degree in physics and then a major in space sciences. Yeah.
Oh,
I study how satellites work and how to design orbits and stuff like that. But I
wow.
was yeah. So since COVID, I wanted to do something different because I was free. My university sent me home and I didn't know what to do. So I started learning some stuff about marketing and front end design. I had some experience in designing graphic design and stuff like that, and I wanted to learn new skills and maybe go into web design. But I realized that the three basic languages everyone needs to learn, that is CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. And at that point, it was really scary. I was like, how am I gonna start? I mean, I don't even know anything about the front end or back end languages. So, but anyways, high level was important for me because it's more like a no code platform. So,
Yeah.
um, so, so people who are actually scared of coding, they go to high level or ClickFunnels
Yeah.
or stuff like that. So it's really easy.
Coding is scary.
Coding is scary. So I was the guy who is hell scared of coding,
Yeah.
even the basic one. But and when I first started, I learned the builder. Uh,
Mhm.
there was enough. I was impressed. I could do more than I expected, and I got better and better
Mhm.
and like 6 months. But then I started to realize when I first saw, okay, here's a funny story. Someone introduced me to this platform called Webflow. Have you heard
Yep.
about it?
Yeah, the no code website builder.
So yeah, but when I saw a website that could do a lot of hovering effects and triggers, it slides and everything, I was
Yeah.
like, dude, how can I do that? I mean, in Go high level, there's nothing like that in the regular builder.
Mhm.
So I started exploring and realized that we can do that using different libraries of JavaScript, but we can do simple things using CSS, like hover effects, let's say. I was like, okay, I need to maybe try learn a couple properties. It's not the end of the world, so
Yeah.
let's try to do that. So I started with W3 schools that everyone should start from there because there are a lot of resources and you can even
W3 schools, that's like the coding like camp or like boot camp platform,
exactly,
right?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So since there you can practice your things uh, as soon as you learn something, so
Hmm.
it's easy. So it helps a lot and it's not complicated. So I first started with putting some hovering effects on the buttons, and it was crazy. I was like, this is another level, like a superpower or something. I
Yes,
was I
yes.
was so excited.
You'd supercharge your high level website design,
Yeah.
which is a little bit of
So
CSS.
normally, if you're a programmer, you're coding and coding, and you don't see a lot of thing happening in the background. So it's not fun. But the design languages like CSS, you see the results right away.
Yeah.
It's doing the thing or not doing the thing. So
Like a whole
that
different level
was
of gratification. You know what I'm saying? Where you can
exactly.
immediately see
So yeah,
the work. Yeah.
yeah, instant gratification. If you do something good, if it just shows you that this is how it looks. So
Yeah.
that was something that made me more and more interested in CSS. And as soon as I progressed, I had so many codes I couldn't stack them up. I didn't know how to save them, where to save them. So at the same time, when I was sharing all my progress with my friends, because I have a huge network of freelancers, and especially in Go High Level, because um, I have a cousin who is in Go High Level support. His name is Hassan. He taught me.
I just started the conversation with Hassan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that.
Zian introduced me to him. He's like, yes, Hassan is the man who literally taught every person in Pakistan high level.
Yeah, yeah. He's super humble. He's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
So he when I first met him, he was like, dude, I know you can do it, and but just try that. I wasn't really confident, but I gave him a lot of credit because he was confident in me, and he was right. He was right, James. I'm really glad I'm here. Anyways, moving on to the CSS part. A lot of my friends suggested me that I should have some platform where other people can use the same codes, because a lot of um, um, a lot of guys are using this builder. They want to impress their clients, adding something new every time, because
Mhm.
uh, it's the competition is going up and up, so it's crazy. So
Yes.
at this point, I've seen websites, um, even my students have surpassed me doing some crazy
Ridiculous
effects on.
thing. Yes.
Ridiculous. There's this guy Moni. I've taught him a couple things, but uh, the next month he was like, look at something I've created," and I was like, did you create that in Webflow or something?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it was amazing. So anyways, I wanted to put all things that are commonly used, probably on every other website. Like it's a must have thing. So I stacked up. Let me share my screen. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, absolutely. I turned it on just for you. So what you did is you've taken all these different snippets and you've compiled them onto this website that people can access
Oh
in these
yeah,
different categories.
it's
Wow.
part of my screen. Can you see? Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
All right. So this is the home page. I don't know if the header is global on all pages, but uh, regardless of that, but we have some sliders, carousels. There are some codes for survey. It's still not completed. I'm working on membership styling, because high level it's changing the membership part a lot, so it's
Can you
hard to
show us
catch up.
maybe some of these different codes
Yeah,
and what they kind of look like?
how about we go button effect. Let's start from there.
Sure.
So that was the first thing. So I realized that there's no effects on buttons. So there's like 12 samples at the moment. Although after learning that, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
So the first one changes color, the other one zooms in a little bit. The third one, mostly they change color, but there's a little bit of different Now this one is a little advanced.
Oh, I like that button 8.
Yeah. So there's this
Cool. It has
shadow,
like this little shadow
and
thingy.
this shadow changes color and stuff like that. So what I did at the bottom, I added their CSS, their IDs, and hover
Wow.
effects in the like that. And it's also, for different browsers, it's compatible for all the browsers.
Now, would it be possible for you to just copy some of the CSS from one of these and just plug it into a website in high level so that we can kind of see
Mm,
what it looks like once you actually
Okay,
install it?
so do you wanna see a demo right
Yeah,
now? Like,
if
uh,
that's possible. Yeah. If not, that's fine too.
okay, no, it is possible. Let me just try to do something.
If you need to stop sharing your screen for a second to pull everything up, that's also no problem.
Okay, thank you. So, and there's another story that got me interested into CSS is that as
Yeah.
soon as I learned a little bit, I was offered a job at HL Pro Tools, which is BAM, Matt DeSano.
Yeah.
So he was importing funnels from ClickFunnels, and the CSS was not getting imported. There was some problem at that time, like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So he hired me to redo all the CSS as soon as the template is imported. So we can import funnels. We don't have to recreate them. If
Yeah.
it's in ClickFunnels, we can just import it with the link. But the CSS was not coming in, or if it was coming in, it just messed up uh, a little bit to a lot.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
uh, I started a job there, but I wasn't as good as I should be.
Yeah.
So I was taking twice or three times as long because I was just learning at the same time, Googling, okay, maybe what is this? Okay, yeah, let's try that and let's try
Right.
that. So uh it worked for a while, but he was like, dude, you're so lazy. I just but then I was offered another job um uh, where I'm currently working. It's Omnimatic, and my this guy is Anthony. Uh, he's super amazing, really
Cool.
nice guy, and I'm still working with him. But it's almost 2 years now, and
Wow.
he helped me. He gave me enough space and time so I can work on this
Developing
in,
the
in
skill and
yeah
yeah.
and create this library as well. Even this is live on Anthony's agency. So um uh, huge credit to Anthony. So, and the other reason was that I'm also training some new guys, so I have to have something, so as soon as they learn the design part, they can have something so they can do better than the rest of
Yeah.
the guys.
So like if you're a business owner, not only can you use this, but if you do also have people who are designing funnels or doing the copywriting and also designing the funnels as a part of it, you can hand this tool to them and they'll be able to reference it in order to actually make funnels that have this custom kind of look, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
great for not only, your use, but also for your team members' use. So
Exactly. So I'm gonna need a second to.
no problem. So do you feel like you're going to be in this kind of online business realm forever? Do you think that you're going to go back into a career in
Yeah.
physics at any point?
So after all the experiences I've had the exposure, I feel like I've learned um, more in 2 years than I was learning in like a decade. So
Wow.
it's 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 an amazing place. The, the learning cannot be faster. I just cannot sleep. This is
You can't sleep
it's
because you have so much to do, or because you're
there's
so
so many.
excited.
Yeah, yeah, both things, good and bad. There's so many things to learn, and so much competition, and sometimes it's full of anxiety as well. So but it's amazing. Physics is rather slow, and you solve equations, or you teach something. Um, it's a mundane task at a certain point. So
Sure.
this
Yeah.
the beauty of marketing and the CRMs is that you have to come up with something new every day, or
Definitely.
yeah. So
That's
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 what
how
I
I
love.
feel. So I what I do is I help people like get into high level and start building out their companies on a high level, or help them build their SaaS offerings or whatever, right? And
Mhm.
so I am encountering people from all these different types of niches, and there's always something new to learn, some kind of new way to kind of to take high level, or sorry, some new way to implement high level, right? So
Yeah.
it's awesome. Dealing with all these different types of clients really broadens the scope of your vision in terms of what high level is actually even possible, or even capable of, rather. Um, did you have you pulled up the website yet?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
You want to share your screen?
Okay, so here I am. There is okay, so let's say let me go to the preview mode. Okay. So let's say I want to apply this effect because this is a little advanced than we
Yeah.
normally see. So I go to number 7. So I added those IDs in orange because they are usually in orange in the builder. So just I'm gonna add some buttons. There's just maybe a couple. Okay. So what I do is I go to advanced. At the bottom, there is the CSS selector, which I can go to CSS and paste the ID that's in orange. And then we can, okay, first let's use something that is small enough so it doesn't um, like confuse anyone. Uh, let's try the first one, and then we'll do the 7.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm gonna just copy and paste this thing.
Okay. So pause for 1 second. So I see that there was hashtag. It says hashtag button dash CHBV5YG35.
Mhm.
Now, so where did that come from? Because that was there before you pasted that value. Did you?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
where did that come from?
Okay, so let's remove that for instance. Okay, and you can see if I click on a button and go to its advanced, the ID for each element is at the bottom of the settings in advanced.
Got
Okay,
it.
so I can copy the selector, but this selector is for the entire box. So I'm gonna change it a little bit because I want to apply this within this area.
Okay. How do you do that?
So first of all, I replace the placeholder ID to my real ID in 2 places. The first one is the regular one. The other one is the what happens on the hover. And the other thing I want to do, okay, first, let me show you what happens if I don't do anything. So I hit
Okay.
save, and if I do that, it happens. It applies to the entire box.
Yes.
I don't want to do that. So go
Yes.
back and just remove the hash and put .c. So that's the ID for the part which is in green.
Got it.
Okay, now it's changing. It's doing the
Wow. Okay. And now
right.
because you're specifying using the CSS selector
Yeah,
exactly what orange box that the CSS needs to be applied to, you can
mhm,
have these 20 different buttons that have all different CSS stylings. Is that correct?
exactly. So let's do something else. Just to clarify, I have this website I use all the time. CSS gradient because we can't simply apply gradients in the backgrounds or anywhere. We have to code them. So let's just create a random gradient.
Yeah, and one thing I was going to ask, and I'm sure you're going to get into it, and this is probably what you're doing right now, is
Mhm.
obviously in all those examples that you had provided in the actual CSS library, there are already some colors that are in there. So is what you're about to show us exactly how you can customize the colors for it as well?
Yes, yeah, I can. I'm glad you asked that question. But the thing I was trying to do at the moment is that defining the part of the box where we are trying to apply this CSS. So let's say I want to apply something uh for the entire section, which is this gradient color. So as soon as I click on the box, it shows it stays um, in green, and I go to advanced and select the CSS selector of the section, which is in green, and go back to CSS, and all I have to do is paste the selector there. That is for the section. It's clear, and this braces, and this is where I can apply the property, which is something that let me just copy that as again. I can copy that, which is a property for background linear gradient at 90 degrees.
Okay.
There's 3 colors at
Okay, so just
different.
to clarify, what you're showing us right now is how to actually customize the gradients of the actual section, not the button.
Yeah, you can create your gradient like 2, 3, 4 colors. So I recommend this site because you can use it very easily and change your
And
colors
this
to
is
the
called
color
cssgradient.io.
gradient.io. Yeah.
Very cool.
So I did that. And as soon as you do that, it gives you the CSS code at the bottom. Okay, and this is just a background property, and we can apply that background anywhere. At this point, I'm trying to apply it in the section, in the first section. So I paste this there, and just close the braces, because all the properties should be under the braces, and that's the rule.
Okay.
And yes, okay, so we have a gradient background.
Perfect.
That's how easy it is. Okay, so one more thing. Let's say I don't want to do it in the section, so I can also remove that from there and maybe paste it under the button. Let's see what
Okay,
happens.
so you're saying that if they want to add the gradient to the button, they take the same code and they paste it.
Yeah,
And can you show me exactly where they need to paste it again?
yeah. I pasted next to the button button ID.
So yeah, right after the button ID and right after the opening bracket, that's where you paste this gradient
Mhm.
code, and now you can change this what the look of this button. Now, what happens now if you hover over that button that you've changed the gradient for?
Yeah, so the hover properties are still the same. So the background color is this to right, two colors. It's some sort of blue. But let's say I want to change that as well. Let's say
Do me a favor
oh,
before you hop into that. Can you just show them what it looks like to hover over as it is right now, so they can?
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Okay,
it
so
changes.
all
It
right.
changes to the same color that we have on the website, like
Okay, and so
blue
that's
and dark.
another. So right now, what it's doing is it's actually another gradient. When you hover
Another
over it,
gradient.
the way that the code works is that it's actually popping up another
E- e-
gradient.
Exactly, that's right.
Okay.
So, and we can even change that. If you practice for a couple of weeks, you will start to remember what the hex code mean. Let's
Can you?
start with the
Is there a website that you can show them where they can easily determine a hex code and they can organize the colors?
I can't recall a website that can
I actually think
explain
I think I might
exactly.
have one. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So there's a website called imagecolorpicker.com.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
When you
that's
go
good.
there, you can actually upload your like logo or your branding, and you can actually get the hex codes, which are just basically codes that are assigned to different shades of color. Okay, so that you can make all the different elements of CSS or of the website in terms of the buttons and surveys or whatever reflect the codes or reflect the colors of your particular branding. Okay, so imagecolorpicker.com. Okay, cool.
Okay, so since I'm a physicist, so I'm gonna use the physics approach to it. So imagine we have an LED, a very small LED in the screen, and this LED has three colors, RGB, red, green, and blue. So the first two numbers are representing the red, and the range is from 0 to FF, which is the 255 equivalent of the intensity. 0 is this lowest, the lowest brightness is 0, and the double F is the maximum brightness of the red part of the LED.
Okay.
Let's turn on red and turn off green and turn off blue. So I just created red color.
Okay. And so how does it work? So it's going from 00 all the way to FF. So is it like 0 through 99, then it starts going through letters, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's like the reason it's called hex because it's using 0 to 9 and A, B, C, D, E, F. So
okay.
So you can yeah, from 0 to 987, or yeah, I guess 987654321, and then I think the other way around. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's an A, and then A, B, C, D, E, and F. F is the brightest. So
okay, perfect. Thank you.
so maybe I got the numbers wrong, but the A is dull, B, C, D, it gets brighter and brighter. So since it's a gradient, it's gonna, the left side is gonna be red, very bright red. So because the reddest red we can achieve is from the FF0000, and let's see what happens. There you go.
Wow.
So this
Okay.
part
Okay.
is red. The other part that we haven't touched is the other color that we don't know. So let's change that to blue. How about that? So I'm gonna turn off red, turn off green, and turn on blue to the maximum. Do the same with that.
So what are these two different sections right here?
It's the same property, but sometimes the WebKit property works for Chrome and Safari only, and not for Opera or Edge or Firefox.
Okay. So these two different elements, you want to make sure that you have the hex codes defined in both of them in order to make sure that it's showing up on all browsers.
In all browsers, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the other, we can also manipulate the color. Color means the text color. Let's make it yellow. How about that? Yellow comprises of red and green. Am I right?
No.
The
Yellow's wait.
in light, and not the subtractive colors, but the additive colors.
So I believe that yellow, green, and red are the primary, and then green is the result of mixing both blue and yellow.
So there are two types of primary colors. One for the paints, let's say. So you're talking about paint colors.
Okay.
And the other for light. So the light colors, the primary are actually RGB. That's why we use RGB, red, green, and blue, because light colors can these three can create secondary and tertiary colors. But in paints, the red, yellow, and blue are primary. You are correct in that
Got
about
it.
that.
Okay.
So since LEDs are emitting light, so it's a little different. So red and green, combining these two make yellow, which you can see when I hover over it. The text color is now yellow, and this part is blue, the bluest blue, and this one is red. So that's the background color.
Now, could you show us a similar example with maybe just a survey and a calendar as well?
Okay.
Do you guys have that in the library?
I think I do have something. So let's explore that. Okay, so I remember I created a dark mode. So you can see there.
Yes.
And what I did was added some properties. So it's a big code. So you're gonna have to
Now will this work? I saw that the one that you had pulled up that looks like a team calendar. Is that a team calendar?
These two are regular unassigned calendars. Okay. And the team calendar is probably at the bottom. This one is
there
team
it is.
calendar.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay.
So on team calendar, I only changed these colors and maybe the borders, but the unassigned calendar, I tried to create a decent looking, but it's just still too much color, but it's a decent looking dark mode.
But someone can take this. Someone could take this and they could change the colors of the buttons to their branding or make it all dark, right?
They can, but they'll have to go into the code and see their background. They'll have to hit and try, see what's happening, which property is changing which color, because there's so many properties. I didn't name a lot of those, but sometimes I did. I added some comments there. You can see, but a lot of properties, they don't have a comment, so you wouldn't know which one to change. But you can, you definitely can. It's really easy. If I show you how it's done, it's really easy, but it will take a lot of time to explain that.
And can you show us what like the surveys look like, the ones that you have?
Yeah, survey. Okay.
Surveys or forms, whatever you have.
Yeah, so let's first look at forms, because forms are extensively used, and there was no platform that was giving a lot of variety for forms. And I have a lot of clients who ask for specific form styling, and I provide. I try to code the forms in a way that they look the way they want them to. So these are some examples that I have on the website, and at the bottom there are some properties. The properties are like there's some IDs and properties next to those IDs, like button and some fields that I can manipulate.
But, basically, if you want to build this out yourself, you want to kind of customize the look of your website, right? And you don't want to necessarily pay a freelancer to do it for you, and you're also non-techie, then you can just come in here. If you find one that you like, you can just copy and paste it.
Exactly. I try to add enough examples so that you can you can use the one that does not have any color, so it applies. You can use it anywhere, but most of the time, all you need to do is change the color of the button, and it will look fine in any color, in any other template.
Wow.
So all you need to do is under button, just change the background color. Oh, you don't even have to do that in here. The background color is the built-in in the form builder. So that's not even going to be a problem. But if there is a hover color, you can change that, or then active, you can change active colors, stuff like that. But
And
people
can you
use
show
that
them
all the
for both the form and the calendar where, and after this we can wrap it up, kind of where they would take this and copy and paste it in order for it to show up the way that they want it to?
Okay, so let's say I want to use the styling number 8. So I'm gonna copy this code and go back to the agency. Going to forms, create a new. Okay, so let's first add some fields. So just first name, last name, on an email.
Yep.
And a button. Okay. Before I apply the properties, I'm just gonna do a little bit.
So he just selected the full width toggle on the button.
Selected the full width, and I removed. I don't like the background. Let's say we can do these things in the beginning if I want to, and then in the CSS box under styles, I'm just gonna paste the code, and it changes.
And it immediately changes. Wow.
Immediately changes, and you can edit that at the same time. Let's say I want to. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? See, one of the most demanding things under forms is that, let's remove that for a second. People complain all the time that this text size is too small and we cannot make it larger. And the other thing they complain about is that either the full width is too wide, or the other option is too narrow. So there's no in betweens. There's no way we can do like mid wide. So let's as soon as we apply that, let's see. Under buttons, I added a property for width, which is 80% at the time. Let's try 20%. See, this is how it was.
So now if they just change that number, they're going to be able
30,
to kind of make it whatever size that they want.
Size. That's right.
That's fantastic.
That's right. And the other thing is the font size is 22. Normally it's probably 18 or 16. It was too small, so you can make it as big as you want.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
And we can change font family, font weight. Let's change that to like thick font, and stuff like that.
Wow.
So there's a lot of properties that people can change and have fun.
Now I do have a question. When it comes to the font that you had a second ago in the font family, is that what limitations are there to that? Do they have to be Google fonts?
Yeah, they can only it only recognize Google fonts. That's a limitation. But we have a lot of Google fonts.
Okay. Yep, that makes perfect sense. And can you show us how to do the same thing with with some calendar CSS?
Oh yeah, but it's a little more. It takes a little more time than that. It's you know, the
You don't
calendar
have to
part.
customize it or anything, but if you can just install it so
It's
they can see
here.
how to do it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so they need to copy that. It's actually HTML. It's more like a script, but it's CSS mostly. So they can copy. They can calendar. So this one is for the unassigned. So let's create one. That's fine. Under confirmation, the third step, we have a box for the customization, which is the custom code. So this is, oops. So this is where they can paste the code.
Okay.
And it's just adding a lot of spaces, but it's not a problem. They don't have to worry about it. But if they want to change the properties, they just go ahead and change the backgrounds and then borders and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna show you how it looks. And people not people
Yeah,
already know that.
you don't need to show them how to customize the whole thing for the calendar because it's a lot. What
Yeah,
these
it's
people
not.
are worried about is just getting from 0 to 1. And if they can customize it just a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer, that's going to get them to the place where they need to be, and then eventually they can just hire someone who's maybe a professional who might be able to actually take it from there.
That's right. That's right. So just to give you an idea, we can just inspect element and try to maybe manipulate some properties there. And just use the same class ID and property that we have changed and paste it into the code, and it will do the job. Like I changed the color of the border to black or something. That's how we can change the background. Maybe the background is not picking up for some reason, but we can do all that from there. Just we can get the class ID and do what we want to do. Let's see. Look at that. This is the background.
Perfect.
So we can use this ID, and if it's not there, we can add it to the code, or just find the same ID into the code and change the background color, and it will customize itself. So that's what we can do. Let me quickly show you what other things that I have under this website, which is not live at the moment, but it will be probably tomorrow or the other day.
Cool.
There was a problem, but I'm fixing that. So there are some sliders. I've also added keyframes, but it's another website. I just borrowed. Let's say you can say I borrowed because we didn't have sliding effects. So you guys can just copy all the properties like I showed you before and paste them next to the ID where you want to apply that. Or maybe let me just show you what I mean.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so oops, okay. Let's say I'm interested in left in slide. I want my elements to slide from left as soon as the website loads, like it does on a lot of platforms. So I'm gonna copy this all the properties, and there are some keyframes. And go back to the site. I'm sorry, I'm using a lot of browsers. Okay, I want to apply it to this. Go back to CSS at the bottom. Let's paste that. And I want to do that to the button. So I'm copying the button ID, buttons ID, and applying it to that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So does that happen then automatically when they load the page for the first time?
As soon as the paste, yeah. Okay, let's do something else. Rather than C button, just move the entire box. So that's gonna look way better. I'm gonna hit save and preview, and you can see the magic. The page loads and the button slides.
Wow.
So this is something we can do without JavaScript, because if you want to do sliding on scrolling, that requires JavaScript, React.js or something like that. But CSS only we can do on loading the page. So that's another thing we have, but I didn't create it. It was there, but people didn't know it was there. So I added that to my resources, because people like that a lot. The other thing is that we have some sliders. You can just click on this button. It takes you to this thing that is functional, because so you can confirm that it's working. And since this website is built on high level, so it's compatible, and at the bottom the code is there. You can just copy and paste the code. And
so how would you kind of create these different like items in this particular instance?
so this is more like a bootstrap code. It's HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all that. If you want to change the pictures, the names, and all that, you can just go to its HTML and CSS and change those things yourself. But you can use the layout and use it later. But sometimes you need some sliders, regular sliders with pictures. All you need to do is just change the links of the pictures, or people like testimonial sliders a lot. You know that?
Yeah.
That slides. So all you need to do is change the pictures and change the text in the HTML, which is somewhere right there. See? So all they need to do is change the image address and change what they say, and maybe the name of the person or company and so on. And so you have a ready-made testimonial slider.
Wow. This is amazing, man. Is there any other big things that you want to cover?
I think maybe some drop downs. Let's try. People like FAQ drop downs a lot.
Oh,
so
wow.
this is something we can benefit from. So look at that. The question and the answer, you can click on that. So this is something people love on their website. If there's a lot of FAQs, they want to use that. We can edit that to the choices, to our preferences. The codes there, we can edit it very simple. So maybe try Explore. Maybe I've missed something. Probably surveys. There's couple options under surveys as well. Where's that? But recently, high level changed some properties with the surveys, so they're not as accurate as they should be. But you can see I try to add some hovers and stuff like that. But it's a little messed up. The next and preview button is missing and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm sure that over time here that'll be fixed up as you guys have a chance to check it out some more and refine it.
Yeah.
And can you show me kind of what you have for the membership? There's one I saw for membership.
I think
Does that
I
work at
haven't.
all?
I think I'm working on that. I have all the codes, but I don't think I added them to the website yet.
Got it.
Um, yeah, so
That's all good, dude. This
I'll
is
probably added.
amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
And the biggest thing is just like for the person who's not really that technical, but they still want to have a website that looks nice. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is going to be an amazing tool for them to use. So, Ian, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to go through this. And at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and append the URL that you can use to access all this stuff. Thank you so much, Ian. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.